Hi, happy Friday. I'm Jennifer from the Somerset County Family Community Health Science Department, and we're here in the kitchen today making fried rice. So this is the perfect weekend to do this, right? We have snow coming, so this is going to be warm comfort food, but also healthy and super quick and budget friendly. You can't ask for anything better than that. So what I've already done is put a little olive oil and heated a small onion that I diced, so it's just about getting soft. So we're gonna add the rest of the vegetables. I have about 3 cloves of garlic, half of a red pepper, and 1 carrot that I diced real small. So you could use whatever vegetables that you have in your fridge or your pantry. Last week, if you joined us, I talked about food waste. So I had these little peppers, we love them, in my refrigerator, but if you can see, they're starting to get wrinkled and it's soft. So I know my family is not gonna eat this as a crunchy raw snack. So this dish, because we're sauteing the vegetables, is perfect to use for those peppers or vegetables that start to get wrinkly and you might not want to eat it fresh, but they're great in a saute. So I used 2 of these just to add a little extra nutrients and to add a beautiful red color to the fried rice. If you have broccoli, if you have mushrooms would make a great addition. We're going to add in some peas at the end. If you have snow peas, that also is great. So you can really have fun with your veggies. Okay, so we're just gonna saute this. Now let me tell you what else we're gonna add to this. We're making this fried rice with brown rice because that's the whole grain and that's healthier. Now I just want to show the difference. Many times you might be making dinner during the week and need a quick meal, and the instant rice cooks in like 5 minutes. So it's time friendly. What this is, it's brown rice that has been pre-cooked and then dehydrated. That's why it cooks so quick for you. You're not gonna lose too much nutrients using the instant. You might lose slightly, from the processing, but basically it's the same nutrients as using the long grain brown rice. This is raw, so that's what I used today. That is a little bit longer to cook, so if you have the time to use the long grain, it's worth it for the flavor. You're gonna get a fluffier rice. It's gonna be a little firmer, which is great for a dish like this, and it gives it just a slightly nutty flavor. So really, they're interchangeable, really depending on your time. And if you're looking at your budget when you're food shopping, the long grain, the raw rice in the bag is gonna go much further than buying, shortcuts sometimes cost more money. So that's a little bit on the rice, and that's already been pre-cooked. I cooked a cup of that. All right, this is looking good. All right, I'm gonna push this to the side, and we're gonna add 2 scrambled eggs. Okay, so I've already scrambled my 2 eggs. And once this gets scrambled, then we're gonna combine the veggie mixture together. I love to add protein to our meals when we can, so you have a lot of options here. So for chicken, you could, again, reuse something from the night before. Rotisserie chickens are great for fried rice because as you're cutting off those big pieces, you have all those little pieces left on the bone. Pull them off, save them in a Ziploc bag, or just save them in a Ziploc bag and freeze it for when you want to make soup dishes or something like a fried rice. I, in my freezer, had 2 small chicken thighs that were raw and frozen. I just sauteed them already and cut them up into tiny bits. So you could use frozen chicken that you have, rotisserie chicken, or just grab a chicken breast and you can boil it and then fork split it or saute it. So you have a lot of options for chicken. If you have leftover steak from the night before, that's another great way to reinvent your leftovers and use that steak to top your fried rice. Shrimp is also really quick. That's a great protein. So if you're thinking of protein to add to this dish, those are some good options. Okay. So when that gets scrambled, then we're gonna add our peas and our spices. Now for spices that we're gonna add, traditionally we add soy sauce, right? For fried rice or Asian food. Soy sauce is loaded with sodium. It also can have allergy sensitivities if people are sensitive to soy. Many times it's also made with wheat. So if you're gluten-free, many times you can't have soy sauce. So a really healthier option with the same flavor profile is using coconut aminos, coconut amino acids. So instead of taking this from soy and wheat, they take it from the coconut palm, the coconut tree sap, and that's what this is made from. It's the same dark color. It's gonna have that same flavor, that same scent, but it's gonna have a lot less sodium. It has about 70% less sodium than using soy sauce. So truly is a healthier option. Okay, so we're gonna push the eggs over and combine this all together. I'm gonna add 1 cup of frozen peas. They've been thawed out. And the spices that we're gonna add, I have a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. If you have fresh ginger, you grate some fresh ginger. So again, this is very flexible with what you're adding to it. Okay, chop up those eggs. Okay, we're gonna add the rice. So this is the long grain brown rice that I've cooked. Okay, and we're gonna add the chicken. And we're gonna add those flavors. So we're gonna add 1/4 of a cup of the coconut amino acids. See, it just looks, and it's the same texture, that same flavor. Okay, coat that all up. And then really what gives it this great flavor is sesame oil. So you can get this, you know, right in that condiment aisle, something that's really a nice staple to kind of have in your pantry for when you're making Asian food. It smells so good. So we're gonna put 1 tablespoon of that in there. If you have sesame seeds, that's something that I keep in my refrigerator at home for when I'm making some dishes. You could top this with some fresh sesame seed. Another great way to add a little fiber, a little protein, a little crunch. All right, so we're just gonna mix this all together till it's warm, and you are ready. How delicious does this look? I wish that you could smell it. I know everyone in the office is excited to taste this. But let us know if you make this weekend. Let me know if you make it. Drop something in the comments, even share a photo of it, and let me know what vegetables that you use. Mushrooms, pea pods, broccolis, anything that you want. Oh, this is so much better than takeout. Now, right when you're ready to serve, I've also cut up a scallion, just one of the pieces. It just makes a nice, again, added flavor, added pop of color. There we go, and dinner is served. Look how quick that was. So the recipe will be in the comments below, and let us know how you like it. Everybody have a warm and safe weekend.